Let me congratulate you. The songs are doing so well. The first look, इतना सारा प्यार उसे मिला. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए प्लीज. So सबसे पहले क्या बोलना चाहेंगे इतने सारे हमारे जो मीडिया के मित्र लोग हैं?
जी, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल a big thank you for all the media support, क्योंकि अक्सर ऐसे होता है कि हम लोग कई बार प्रपोजल्स बनाते हैं, 5 गाने डाल देते फिल्म के अंदर एंड वी गेट योर A-list एक्टर्स और हम लोग बोलते कि ये फिल्म है. और लेकिन मैं कॉन्फिडेंटली कह सकता हूँ कि दिस इज एन एब्सोल्युटली फैंटास्टिक फिल्म. हमने फिल्म बनाई है. द क्रेडिट फॉर दैट फिल्म आई ऑब्वियसली गिव माय डायरेक्टर निशिकांत कामत, हु इज द रियल हीरो ऑफ द फिल्म. और बाकी के जो हमारे जो को प्रोड्यूसर है, सुनील टेडी जो हमारे फिल्म के एक विलन है, और निशी जो विलन भी है इस फिल्म के अंदर, सनी और अंदर बाबा, बिग हैंड टू देम. द सॉन्ग्स दैट दे हैव गिवन आर एब्सोल्युटली फैंटास्टिक. टी सीरीज विनोद भानुशाली जो हमारे साथ यहाँ पर, और हैंडसम को प्रोड्यूसर सुनील खेतरपाल. एंड देयर इज अ वेरी प्रिटी लिटिल गर्ल देयर हु इज द हीरोइन ऑफ द फिल्म, दिया. So, तो मैं क्रेडिट पूरे टीम को देना चाहता हूँ. एंड आई थिंक एनी फिल्म इज कंप्लीट व्हेन द फुल टीम कम्स टुगेदर. और ये बहुत ही स्पेशल फिल्म है. और अक्सर लोग बोलते हैं कि वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से फिल्म चलती है. आई थिंक दिस फिल्म मैं कॉन्फिडेंटली कह सकता हूँ विल हैव अ वेरी 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 स्ट्रांग वर्ड ऑफ माउथ, क्योंकि ऑडियंस इज किंग. फाइनली वो डिसाइड करते हैं कि फिल्म चलती है नहीं चलती है. आई एम वेरी वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट दिस फिल्म, क्योंकि ये फिल्म मैंने देखी है एंड इट्स एब्सोल्युटली outstanding. I love it, but that's also because I'm a big fan of Nishikant Kamat and I love his work.
मल्टीटास्किंग के बाप, मतलब विलन भी इतने कमाल के बन गए यहाँ पे. The one and only निशिकांत कामत, ladies and gentlemen. ये भी मल्टीटास्किंग के ताऊजी कह सकते हैं इनको. प्रोड्यूसर भी है, एक्टर भी है. The one and only जॉन अब्राहम. सर बोलती थी, बहुत अच्छा करती थी. आइए मैं आपसे मिलूंगा थोड़ी देर में. जोरदार तालियां हो जाए कम ऑन इस लिटिल स्टार के लिए यहाँ पे. हाँ सुनील सर, सबसे पहले आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा मैं, यहाँ जो जोर एंटरटेनमेंट का ये एकदम ऐसा लॉन्च हुआ है, व्हाई विद रॉकी हैंडसम, मतलब क्या दिमाग में था काफी अरसे से यही चीज?
Well, we wanted to start with a big action film, and we found a story where there was an amazing connection between emotion and action. And then the story found John and Nishi, and that's how it started.
Wow, an amazing, मतलब what a start है, ड्रीम स्टार्ट है सच में मिस्टर खेतरपाल. निशिकांत सर, आपसे जानना चाहूंगा, जैसे मैंने कहा मल्टीटास्किंग के बाप हैं, डायरेक्टर भी हैं और एक्टर भी हैं, वैसे ही प्रोड्यूसर भी हैं, एक्टर भी हैं. कभी जॉन का वो जो प्रोड्यूसर था वो उनके एक्टर होने पे हावी हुआ? अचानक से आ गए हो कुछ कहने?
नहीं. John, we worked such a long time that we can discuss everything in detail. कुछ भी बात कर सकते हैं वैन के अंदर, बाहर नहीं. No, but I think we have a great working equation. तो वैसे कभी दिक्कत आ ही नहीं सकती.
आ ही नहीं सकती, बिल्कुल. यहाँ पे बोल दिया विलन साहब ने हीरो की तारीफ करते हुए. हीरो साहब, आपसे जानना चाहेंगे, जो विलन साहब है, इनका जो विलनी वाला अवतार था वो डायरेक्शन में कभी घुसा, मतलब एकदम से गुस्सा एकदम चिल्लम चिल्ली?
नहीं, वो एक दो बार जब निकले विद हिज बॉल्ड हेड, तभी पहली बार जब निकले आई वाज काइंड ऑफ शॉक्ड. आई वाज लाइक वाओ, दिस लुक इज अमेजिंग. और मैंने कहा कि और मैं आपको दावे के साथ कह सकता हूँ कि जितने सारे हमारे अवार्ड्स हैं, निशिकांत इज गोना बी नॉमिनेटेड फॉर एक्टर इन द बेस्ट नेगेटिव रोल.
नहीं वहां नहीं होगा सर. सुनील सर, मतलब उन लोगों ने तो अपना एक्टिंग भी कर लिया, सब कुछ इतना अच्छा. आपने नहीं सोचा कि मैं भी एक इसमें कैमियो करूं, कुछ ऐसा था कुछ निशिकांत ने या जॉन ने कुछ सजेस्ट किया हो?
I think we handle the back end very well. So it's an amazing team experience. It's an amazing jugalbandi of sorts. They know what they do best. A producer's job is to facilitate making of a great film. And I think on 25th, very proudly, we'll look back and say what a film we've made.
Wow, superb. And we just loved the trailer. अभी ऐसे बहुत सारे सवाल होंगे जिनके जवाब आपने देने, तो मैं चाहूंगा आप लोग प्लीज आसन ग्रहण करें यहाँ पे. And now it's over to the media.
Yeah, just before that, I'd like to also give credit to Ritesh Shah, who's written this film. Rahul Nanda, I don't know where Rahul is right now. कहीं पे होगा यहाँ पे. He's done the publicity designs for this film. And Bombay Rockers and Ankit Tiwari. Rod, our action director. Where's Rod? Can't see him. He's a big guy. You can't miss him. So and Shankar Raman, our DOP, क्योंकि he's made this film look absolutely fantastic. Shankar, wherever you are, okay, I can see you now with this. काफी lights, काफी strong है यहाँ पे. And to each one, sorry if I missed out anybody, but I think our entire team out here is absolutely fantastic.
There's a lot of people, there's Just Right Studios who did the promotional, I mean, they made the cut, the trailer cut. Then of course my editor Arif Sheikh, Sunny Baura, of course we discussed before, Shankar Raman, my DOP, Rodney, my action director, my entire direction department, my production department, they all have contributed. And I'm sorry if I missed out on anyone.
Amazing, yeah. जो रॉक स्टार्स का नाम अभी लिया है यहाँ पे, प्लीज मैं आप लोगों से गुजारिश करूंगा, यू कैन कम हियर एंड प्लीज हैव अ सीट. आगे आ सकते हैं आप लोग.
Yeah, come Arif, Rodney,
This is the moment.
introduce you. You'll see a small action director on his way.
Small action director.
And also Shruti Hassan, she's shooting in London, and we've consciously taken a decision क्योंकि Shruti का special appearance था इस film के अंदर, and she's got two of the most beautiful songs composed by Sunny and Inder in this film. And we took a conscious decision that this film, our wonder kid and our little heroine is sitting there, Diya. So she needs to be here. And Nora's in the crowd here. Nora, hi Nora, wherever you are. Fantastic song, Rock the Party. And Natalie also को congratulate करना चाहता हूँ. वो कहाँ पे सुनील को बताऊँगा. अच्छा, in Brazil. So she's also missing, but they're all important members of the cast, and Sunil is blushing.
We didn't miss that. Sunil is blushing. Okay, now it's over to the media. आप लोगों के सवाल जवाब, please आप लोग please have a seat.
Shweta, that's a joke, huh, Shweta?
Yeah. Hi. John, last time when we had spoken, you said that the film boasts of never seen before action, which is rightly seen in the trailer. Was there any kind of preparation that you had to do for doing this kind of action?
Yeah, so I went off to Thailand for I think a little less than a month, and I trained in especially the knife action that you see. So even if the knives are blunt, they really hurt. So I remember when I was going for a shower in the evening, I used to remember the action in the day, because the whole body was black and blue during training. But I think it all paid off because my director gave me a brief and he said the action has to be of a certain caliber, and I think we've achieved that with this film. So it's like I say, it's real action. It's not kung fu, it's not karate, it's not CG, but it's real action, and you can believe it that this guy is hitting people, they are getting hurt. So we wanted to stick to the realism.
John, you are doing two back-to-back action films. One is Rocky and another is Force, and both the films are said to have taken the action to the next level. So how differently have you approached the action in both films?
I think I can speak for Rocky and now because Force is still in production. Force has got a completely different brief and a different kind of an action. Force 2. Force is directed by Nishi. Rocky Hansen, of course, we really wanted to take the action to the next level, and we wanted to make sure that what the country was missing was real action heroes. And if you see the best action heroes internationally, correct me if I'm wrong, would be Stallone, would be Bruce Willis, would be Schwarzenegger, would be Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. These are your big action heroes. And it's not about the action as much as it is about the attitude. And I think that's what we try to maintain, the right balance of body, action and the attitude.
And how many action sequences are there in Rocky Handsome?
In totality, I think so 9 or 10, but 7 major sequences. Yeah.
Bone crunching, huh? Really bone crunching.
इस फिल्म का नाम कैसे डिसाइड किया गया रॉकी हैंडसम?
Now we always have this debate who found the name, but I found it.
Okay.
No, it all started that it's Johnny Handsome. When we saw this look, I said, you look very handsome in this. So Johnny Handsome was a film way back. Then we thought Johnny becomes too direct, like John Abraham. So we gave it a thought 1 or 2 days, and I thought of Rocky Handsome.
Thank
He
you.
always says he thought. No, I thought of it. And
For
I
me,
got-
it worked because Stallone, I'm a big fan of Stallone, so, but credit to Nishi, he really thought of this name, and I think it's a very catchy name. With whatever research we've done, extremely catchy.
And also it does justice to the subject, like both the names he's called in different places.
My question to you, same time doing the action and acting, how difficult for you same time doing action and acting?
Me?
Yeah,
Acting and direction,
yeah.
very honestly, extremely difficult. I have never done it before. I've done separately. I've acted at, I've done my share of theatre and everything. But I've been a very pure director when it comes to directing. It is difficult, and I respect those legends who have done it before, like the greats who have been actor directors for generations and successful. The biggest problem I face is, if I'm acting, I'm thinking like a director, whether the opposite actor is performing well or not, the trolley position is correct or not, the lights are correct or not, and that disturbs my performance. So I don't make justice to my own acting if I'm directing at the same time. So in fact, it was a last moment thing that I had to act in the film. Ideally, I will not direct myself as an actor. I will try and avoid it. Yeah, separately I might act or separately I might direct, but not together.
But same time totally look, like who decide the look, the totally is bored,
So he's a director, he decides everything.
No, actually, Teddy plays my younger brother. Teddy, just get up now. See, this is how he looks. So,
Teddy, come on stage, yeah.
so it is like a tale of two brothers. So I had to look like his brother, and the best way was to get tortured. No, actually, I had just thought of it 2-3 days before when I kept on looking at Teddy, and I said, how will I look like his brother? So the idea came off, and then yes, my assistants made it a point that I stay tonsured for 1.5 years. So they kept on, yeah. After every 3 months, they would have a schedule saying that no, now you'll have to do takla again. They kept me busy with that. Thank you for that.
Okay, lastly, now you're more focused on direction and acting because you're famous in, I think now, villain also.
No. Direction will always remain first love. That always remains.
John, this is Nandeep from DNA here. I have a question to both of you. You guys have gifted us Force, which redefined action in Bollywood. There's a recall value to that film. Also, people expect a lot from you guys, both as a pair. So, do you think it will be an advantage or a disadvantage for Rocky Handsome, or both?
I think I can only see it being an advantage. It's because Nandi, we've actually taken the film, honestly, we've taken it to another level. I wouldn't just say it. You've seen the trailer, you've seen what we've done here. And what we do is we benchmark our films against our last films only. That's the best way of doing it. And I think this is completely taken to another level.
Obviously, the collaboration of me and him and Force behind us helps Rocky Handsome. It's definitely an advantage when it comes to release. But we, as individuals, we had a much higher responsibility that if we've created some sort of a name as a team, then we have to take it to the next level. In fact, it was in a way disadvantage for us in the sense while working that we had to constantly remind ourselves that it has to be way better than Force or our earlier collaborations. But yes, it definitely helps for the film that we are working together again.
You know,
Nishikant
one
sir-
more question. Marketing and promotions are an integral part of filmmaking today. This film has been marketed really intelligently. You know, there's a teaser coming out, then the songs, then the trailer. Whose plan was it, and how creatively are you involved, John, in the marketing campaign? Like releasing it 3 weeks prior to the.
I think, so that's a very good question. I'll tell you, first of all, I'll give credit to Digi Osmosis, which is doing our digital campaign, Spot On, which is doing our on-ground campaign, and Parag and our entire PR team. But outside of that, Rahul Nanda is someone who has been very instrumental in actually making this happen. He's been a think tank, and outside of that, I think Sunil and his entire team with Nishi and me, we've actually, each one of us has been completely involved, because if you see, this is not a multi-starrer. This is just 3 or 4 of us sitting here. So each one of us has taken every little photograph into account, saying 3 हफ्ते पहले ये रिलीज होना चाहिए, उसके बाद 2 हफ्ते पहले या 3 दिन पहले ये रिलीज होना चाहिए, 2 दिन पहले ये. So even if you see the trailer launch, everything has been, every little thing has been taken into account. So we've actually been very careful with the marketing, but we've also been very honest with the film. We've not tried to show another film that it is. This is Rocky Handsome, this is what you're going to get, and please come and watch it.
सर आपसे सवाल है कि जब ये कैरेक्टर लिखे जा रहे थे तभी से आपका डिसाइड था कि आप ही विलेन बनेंगे, कोई और भी दिमाग में था?
वेरी ऑनेस्टली नहीं था, मैंने सोचा भी नहीं था कि मैं विलन का किरदार करूँगा. इनफैक्ट मेरे एक बहुत करीबी दोस्त है जो एक्टर नहीं है, लेकिन उनका फेस बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग था, तो मैं उनके पीछे पड़ा था कि आप ये रोल करो, आप ये रोल करो. तो बोला हाँ मैं सोचता हूँ ये वो थोड़ा क्या है कि रोल मैं वो बोलता मैंने एक्टिंग कभी की नहीं है, वो बोला मैं संभाल लूँगा, सिर्फ आप ये रोल करो क्योंकि आपका फेस बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है. करते करते शूटिंग का दौर आ गया, शूटिंग स्टार्ट हो गई और वो लास्ट में उनको बोला मैं नहीं कर सकता, वो थोड़ा सा ये हो गया. दोस्त है मेरा बहुत करीबी. तो जब 2 दिन रह गए थे तब तक कास्टिंग हुई नहीं थी और जॉन सर की डेटें थी हमारे पास, मतलब सारे एक्टर्स की डेट्स थी, तो वी कुडंट चेंज द शेड्यूल एंड इट वाज अ थॉट कि क्या करे. एंड इनफैक्ट मी एंड माय डायरेक्शन डिपार्टमेंट हमने सोचा ये रिस्क ले गया और दे आल्सो सेड कि आपको कर लेना चाहिए. एंड आई जस्ट गॉट 2-3 days टू प्रिपेयर द लुक, बट आई ऑलवेज न्यू द कैरेक्टर बिकॉज क्योंकि मैंने लिखा हुआ था किरदार, तो मुझे किरदार पता था, लेकिन वो कैसे दिखेगा कैसे चलेगा ये मुझे तकरीबन 2-3 दिन में मिले एंड वी इमीडिएटली स्टार्टेड शूटिंग.
जॉन आपकी बॉन्डिंग कैसी रही? एज ए डायरेक्टर आपको पहले डायरेक्ट करते थे और अब आप को स्टार एज अ वर्क कर रहे थे.
आई थिंक इट्स अमेजिंग क्योंकि निशी के साथ निशी जब भी मुझे ब्रीफ करने आता है सेट पे बिफोर द शॉट, वो मुझे देखता है एंड आई लुक एट हिम एंड ही सेज यू गॉट इट नो, आई से हाँ आई गॉट इट. So it's हम लोग दोनों ऑटो पायलट पे हैं. Really, I think it's a beautiful relationship. और मैं मानता हूँ कि there are few relationships that are very special. और उनमें से there is a director-actor relationship. जब उनका ये relationship बनता है, I think it's very special. और निशी और मेरा ये relationship बन चुका है. और मैं काफी actually मैं डरता हूँ कि वो भाग जाएगा कहीं पे ऐसे निशी let's do something. So I'm always I'm a big fan of his. डोंबिवली फास्ट, मुंबई मेरी जान, लई भारी जो दृश्यम, जितनी सारी फोर्स ऑफ कोर्स आर फिल्म टुगेदर, यू सी एवरी फिल्म ऑफ हिज. आई थिंक निशी इज ऑनेस्टली मार्केटिंग करने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप लोग फिल्म देखते हो, ही इज अ फैंटास्टिक डायरेक्टर. सो आई थिंक ही इज गॉट आउट समथिंग रियली स्पेशल इवन इन रॉकी हैंडसम. जॉन, honestly, I was in Abu Dhabi. I didn't really follow the Oscars, but yeah, you know, when you really like somebody, you expect him to win. It's as simple as that. And he's like an underdog all the time. And John Abraham is an underdog.
We also hear that there is some trouble with the censor board in getting them to give you a US certificate. So
no, there was no trouble.
Okay.
We went to the censors, we asked for UA. They said, I think we should go with A. We respected them. We took.
You're happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Is it also true that this movie is inspired from a Korean film called Man from Nowhere?
It's actually an official remake of a Korean film called The Man from Nowhere.
It's official, huh?
It's official.
It's an option.
But we have an Indian adaptation because when you Indianize a story which you pick up from a foreign culture, you need to adapt it to suit the sensibilities of the local audience. So for all who've seen the original film, it comes in 3 shades. There is dark blue, there is black, and there is blue-black. But our film, you've seen the trailer and you've seen the visuals. Visually, it is different, and there are elements which have been brought in to adapt the film to our sensibilities, audience sensibilities.
Was it a conscious decision to have Shruti in a special appearance, or she didn't have the time to?
No, I cannot cut the role because she doesn't have time.
Can't do that. You can't do that.
No, it was always a special appearance. In fact, we had discussed, John said, why not Shruti? Because I think they were working together on something else. And Shruti and me, we also, I know her from 2006. So we also go back almost 10 years. So it was just one phone call and I asked her, will you do it? It's like, it's a proper special appearance, but I'm not promising anything extra. And she said, yeah, Nishi, we have to do, because we've been planning for 7-8 years to work together, we couldn't do it. So she said, okay, ye to yehi sahi, shuru to karte. And that is how it happened.
Hi. So basically, did you get a chance to fight Nishikant?
I am the director.
No, I didn't get a chance to.
No, I was like, he was fighting everybody. I said, मेरे को दूर से गोली मारना, पास में भी नहीं आना.
But I think
Look at his size, I'll just fall down there.
I think this is what I keep saying, and this is a point that should be noted, is that any amount of action does not make sense without the right emotion backing it. And Rocky Handsome is a very, very emotional film. And when you're the antagonist of your film or the villain of your film has a very powerful brain, not just a body, I think the villain becomes even more dangerous. Imagine Stephen Hawking being a villain. It's probably the most dangerous thing you can have. No, not you. I'm not saying. So I'm saying the villain of this film is not only just an antagonist, but he's probably the shrewdest and the cleverest man around. And that's what makes him even more dangerous as a villain. So you, as an audience, you get scared. You don't know what his next move is going to be.
Do we have any special song or a promotional song coming in from your end which stars just John Abraham?
Yeah, so the 2 songs which are out is Rock the Party and Rehnuma. Then we have a special promotional song which will depict the emotion of the film as well as the action, which has been composed by Ankit Tiwari. It releases on the coming Sunday. It's out in the album. Then we have a song in the background which has been composed by our music directors, Bhabra Brothers, and sung by Rahat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab, and in another version with Shreya. That's called E Khuda. So Ankit's song is Alfazo Ki Tarah. The Rahat Sahab song is called E Khuda. That will come out next weekend. We have a song called, we have a pole dancing club called Titliyan, which has been sung by Sunidhi, and that will be closer to the release. But before that, there is a surprise. There is a song which is not out in the album, and that we are going to release at an appropriate time. It's very important for an action emotion film, and which has a soundtrack like ours. Like we missed this earlier when we were talking about the marketing. The music of the film is being taken care of by T-Series, Bhushan Kumar ji, Vinod is sitting here. So they have a specific strategy in mind as to when we are going to release the song. So how we club all these things is you come out with the teaser, then you come out with a number which is already popular, then you come with the romantic track, and then we come out with the action, and now the story-based songs will start. And the surprise element will still remain a surprise. It will come out in a couple of weeks, but only T-Series know that. The album on Hangama playouts of Rocky and some songs on Hangama last night crossed 1.1 crore, which, I mean, correct me, Vinod, but I think it's quite unprecedented for a film of this genre, that goes the labor which has gone behind in creating songs which will mesh with the story. So it's a very critical element. We miss out, but music marketing and film marketing, they have to be looked in conjunction. We can make the greatest teasers, greatest trailers, we can make the best posters, we can make the best film, we can make the best music, but if we don't really see hand to hand in that process, it doesn't work. But
Hi, John.
See, honestly, I've always been told that children and animals are the most difficult to shoot with, generally. But Diya's changed my impression of that completely. Temperamentally, she's fantastic. Early morning, she used to come into the van and say, John sir, aaj maine kuch seekha. And I'd say, what? And then she'd do a split or a backflip. And in the van, I was like, wow. So she was always full of energy. And very positive girl. I've never seen her say no. She never got into any bad mood, except once where she looked down. I think Nishi must have just told her, "Aise karna shot or aise mat karna." But outside of that, she's been. I think Nishi, you can second me on that. She's been absolutely fantastic, fantastic girl.
She's been absolutely fantastic. Amazing for her age. The type of understanding she has. And this type of discipline she has, I'm really amazed with that. Also, one more thing, she was the only person who knew the entire script, the back of her hand. तो मैं दिया को बोलता था अच्छा वो सीन करना है उसमें डा 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 ये वाले डायलॉग करने हैं बोला हाँ तो she knew the entire script by heart. So that was really amazing and was a lot of fun working with her. All smiles, and we have a interesting thing that she didn't have a tooth when the film started. By the end of the film, the tooth came out. Anyway, but had a lot of fun there. Thank you.
Last two questions, ladies and gentlemen.
जॉन आपने जैसा कहा कि राइट इमोशन के बगैर राइट एक्शन पॉसिबल नहीं होता। अच्छा, तो इस एक्शन और इमोशन के बीच में जो टेक्नोलॉजी होती है उसके इस्तेमाल को आप किस तरह से कंट्रोल करते हैं या किस तरह से लेते हैं या
सर आई थिंक वो तो डायरेक्टर का एक क्राफ्ट होता है और मेरे हिसाब से निशिकांत कामत इमोशंस में आई थिंक ही इज वन ऑफ द इफ नॉट वन ऑफ द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट डायरेक्टर्स यू हैव इन टर्म्स ऑफ जस्ट शेयर इमोशन और इमोशनली ये फिल्म आप देखेंगे जब आप फिल्म देखोगे आपको ही पता चलेगा यू विल कम आउट एक ऑडियंस आएगी बाहर बोल के कि द एक्शन इज अनबिलीवेबल लेकिन वो ऑडियंस ये भी बोलेगी कि I cried, yeah. The emotion was fantastic, yeah. तो ये जो इमोशन है वो बहुत जरूरी होता है फिल्म के अंदर एंड आई थिंक दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन द डायरेक्टर्स क्राफ्ट सर जो आप बोल रहे हो ना टेक्नोलॉजी वो डायरेक्टर का जो क्राफ्ट है वो बहुत जरूरी होता है इसमें
वो केबल वर्क होता है और वो जो फायर वायर स्पेशल इफेक्ट्स वगैरह जो स्पेशल इफेक्ट्स केबल वर्क ये सब चीज़ें जो एक्शन में इस्तेमाल की जाती हैं उनको आप किस तरह से लेते हैं अपने एक्शन में
नहीं दैट इज़ अ वेरी टेक्निकल थिंग ना टेक्निकल चीज़ें हैं मतलब केबल वर्क कहीं यूज़ करना पड़ता है सेफ्टी के लिए कोई कहीं गिरने वाला है ये होने वाला है तो आप केबल वर्क से करते हो और फिर वो पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन में VFX में इरेज किया जाता है सो इट लुक्स नेचुरल एंड केबल वर्क मोस्टली इज़ डन फॉर सेफ्टी ऑफ एक्टर्स सेफ्टी ऑफ पीपल कि किसी को कुछ लगे नहीं एक फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे से जंप कर रहे हैं तो ऑन सेफर साइड केबल लगी रहती है उसको कि कहीं घुटना ना टूट जाए कुछ ये ना हो जाए सारी सिक्योरिटी आप रखते हो तो वो कैमरा में छपती भी है तो फिर उसको इरेज करना पड़ता है दैट्स अनदर टेक्निक एंड इमोशन इज कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट दैट इज स्टोरी टेलिंग सो टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स ऑल टुगेदर
आप डायरेक्ट एक्टर भी बतौर एक्टर भी आप सामने आ गए तो अब आपको एक्टिंग कैरियर की भी चिंता सताने लगी होगी
नहीं ये तो एक महज इत्तेफाक है कि मैं यहाँ एक्टर बन गया इस फिल्म में लेकिन मेरा पैशन हमेशा इस डायरेक्शन ही रहा है वही रहेगा कभी कुछ अच्छा रोल आया तो करूँगा बट डायरेक्शन इज माय फोकस एंड इट विल रिमेन दैट
On 25th of March, so do you anticipate some competition from that?
Who's that?
Yo, Richa, hi. On your right.
Yeah, I think you're talking about so those are superhero films. This is a real hero. Okay, number one. Secondly, that has Wonder Girl. We've got our Wonder Kid. So I think we're very confident about a film. There's a difference. We're not overconfident. We respect all other films, all films that are releasing, and we hope every film does well. But we are very confident about our film. We've thought about coming on this date for the longest time, and we actually shifted our date to come on this date. And there was another film also releasing on this date, and it didn't matter to us. We were coming on this date. So we're very clear. We're very confident about our film, and we know that people who've seen it here, I can vouch for you and tell you, you feel the buzz when people like a trailer. They want to see the film. And I know when I'm not confident about my own film. I'm very confident about this film.
आपका जो कैरेक्टर है वो किस तरह का है उस बारे में बताएं.
I like being the underdog. I mean, it's in my head. I've always been the underdog. I like playing that role. And I've been influenced by films where we always root for the underdog. And I know that my audience will always root for me. Because, in an industry that has so many support systems, I think my biggest support system is my audience. And I think that's a big thing. After my first film, I was told I'll probably have to go back to work. And I've been here for 13 years, nearly 14 years. It's the audience, no, sir? Totally. I love being there. The minute I think I've arrived, I'll pack my bags and I'll go. I'll always struggle. I love the struggle.
Hi, John. We've already talked about the music, but whose idea was it to bring Bombay Rockers back? We've not seen them for quite a while.
Sunil Khetarpal.
So it's a funny story. We had a club sequence and we were thinking, why not have a song in the club sequence? So the club sequence, and there is an action happening in another part of the club. There were two ways, either you go just with the music. And I was driving back home and, this is a song which we had heard while growing up. And I just went to Facebook. I thought, iske to rights milenge nahi, koi chance hi nahi hai. And I found a page, Bombay Rockers, and I wrote a message to him. He replied in 5 hours saying, yeah man, it could be available. Well, it took 6 months to get the rights, but that night when he said the rights could be available, I bounced it off to John and Nishi. And they said, agar milega to it will be fantastic because, it brings back that retro feel, it brings back a popular number. And it took 6 months, we finally cracked it. It's an interesting story.
Nora, fantastic job.
So with that, talking about Bombay Rockers and Rock the Party, Nora is here. So let's invite her on stage to rock the stage.
In fact, we'd like to invite everyone.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. Come.